Good night, guys. This video is pre-recorded because of the fact that victims of abuse, it's a very delicate situation as to how the matters are addressed, and this here is a unique situation. Just behind me is the mother of an abuse victim. And how old is the victim? So the baby's age is 1 year. She'll be 2 in June. And this mother is going to relay a story to you, and this is pre-recorded. Everybody know everything I do is live because of the way that victims of this nature has to be dealt with. This is a baby who is, this is an infant. Now life is starting for this child, and just behind me is the Linden Hospital. We're actually sitting outside of the Linden Hospital because the child has been hospitalized. The doctors felt that as a result of the damage to the child, it was necessary to hospitalize this child. So you're going to hear, the mother is going to explain to you in detail what transpired. I'm going to edit the video after just to ensure that if she had called the child's name, we'll take that out. I'll ask her to be, very blunt with the story, how it happened. But I'm going to be editing this video to make sure the child's name, her name, or nobody's name, who people could figure out who this child is, to ensure that that doesn't affect this child when she grows older. So, good night. Just your age? Tell me, what's your age? 27 years of age. And just run me through the events that happened that lead you here now to be with your daughter in the Linden Hospital. Now your daughter being a victim of sexual abuse.
Well, on Saturday, we collected the child. Yeah, on Saturday, we collected the child. Was past 9.
This is the father of the child.
Yeah, the father of the child. Past 9, then he brought back the child.
He collected her at 9 o'clock in the night?
No.
During the day?
Morning.
In the morning, 9 in the morning.
And then he brought back the child was after 8 in the night. Right? So...
Is that normal now? You guys are not together?
No.
You've separated how long now?
We never really been in a relationship. So.
Okay. So you've had this child for him, but there's some sort of a custody understanding. He collects the child.
Yes.
And then brings back the child?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he bought the child, he was just outside.
Can you say what day he collected this child?
Saturday 23rd.
That is...
This Saturday. April. Saturday was just
This is Sunday.
Yeah,
Not yesterday, Saturday. Last week, Saturday. Okay, Saturday the 23rd of April.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So he was just, when I opened the door, he was just standing outside there with the child in my veranda, and he wasn't saying anything. The child was just crying there. So I had to go and...
The child's father had her in his hand, and the child was crying.
Yes.
Was it abnormal for the child to cry?
No, she's normally crying.
She would cry from time to time. So you didn't realize that anything was wrong then?
No, it was just standing there, didn't say anything. So I had to go and take the child out of his hand and the bag, as I said. So on my way in, we got a phone call, and a woman answered the phone and asked if he reached, and he said yes. And that was it. So anyway, I hurry in to get inside since the child is crying like all the time. So I end up putting the child back in the chair, and I end up taking off her top and her bottom. I did not change the pampers since it was a clean pampers they put on the child. And so anyway, she's still crying, so I hurry in the kitchen to get, the child feed and so on. So I went to get the child feed, trying to cope her down. We went in the room, give her feed. She was still crying. I went to mix another one. I mixed it a little more thicker. Gave her, and then the same thing. I still had to mix another. She was up like 11, 12. Anyway, we fall asleep, both of us. So I end up waking up a few minutes past 2 in the morning to go and urinate. So when I came, I was like, oh my God, look how pampers is so full, So this when I decided to change the pampers.
Change the pampers.
Yes, so when I changed the pampers, that is when I noticed that there was blood in the pampers. A lot of things started going through my head that, like, what? So anyway, change the pampers, I end up putting on another pampers on the child. So I end up sending a family to my mom. I didn't have any friends at the time. So my mom did not respond. My family friend did not respond. Neither my sister.
You send messages to different person. WhatsApp messages?
No. Our internet wasn't on at the
So
time.
how you send the message?
I send
text message. Okay.
Yeah. So yes, I end up putting on the pampers on the child, and what I know is I end up changing the pampers. And what I know is there was still flow of blood, and I said, no, something in right here. You understand? Why is there like more blood in this child's pampers? You understand something in right? So anyway, I decided to bathe her, but then she wasn't allowing me to bathe her. Normally, as I said, I bathe every day, and I never experienced this with my daughter. So anyway, bathing the child, and then she was just crying all the time, and she was like, mommy, and she was saying stop, and no, and I was like, why don't you want me to touch you at the bottom there? Anyway, I didn't get to touch at the bottom there, just throw water and take her out, and I end up coming in and end up putting on a pampers on the child. Anyway, I end up taking out a picture as well. So
you took out a picture,
yeah,
with the damaged area.
Yeah,
that is the child's private area.
Yes. And
okay.
I end up putting on a pamper. So same time the child defecated. Anyway, my mom saw my sister end up coming early with her boys into her twins. And I explained to her everything that I saw. And she started rowing and cussing, and she was like, you know, call mommy very fast and so on. So anyway, mommy ended up coming. So and I said, mommy, you know, something is wrong. Since she came home, I saw this, you know, and I know something definitely is wrong with the child. So anyway, as I said, she defecated. So mommy, I said, mommy, please see if you see anything, you know, that is wrong, because, you know, I got to let somebody see what I saw. You understand?
Because
So
from the photograph
yes,
that you took and the examination that you made, you're thinking different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, my mom ended up taking off the child pamper. She did not clean the child. So she said, okay, pass the phone, like, so she get to put on the child. And
what time this is happening?
my mom came was 6.
6 o'clock in the morning.
I did Nikhil 7 days when mommy ended up coming. Yeah. So anyway, so she ended up getting to clean. No. So when she tried to take the phone and she put it, she was like, oh my god, and she was like, oh shit, this child is being tampered, and she was like, because there was just blood and there was like a clot there, like, and there was just like bleeding. She was like, hospital right away, and that's when we decided to come to the hospital. So,
and your daughter has been in the hospital since the 23rd of...
No, we sent her home, but she was having fever and vomiting, so we had to come back, and that's when they admitted her.
So they admitted her. When you brought her in on the 24th?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain to me what happened when you brought her to the hospital.
Okay, when I brought her in, the doctor ended up checking, and she was like, wow, and she was like, I have to call in welfare right away, you know, social worker and the police, right? So she did that, and then I think, yeah, she ended up calling the dad to ask him to come in, and he said he cannot come in. He can come in till the next day. What, on the next day, he never showed up. Wait, so she did
when
her
the doctor called the father?
Yes, the doctor asked
and
him.
He did not
no,
come?
He never showed up.
How often does this father collect this child?
Every other weekend. It started off, they said Saturdays and Sundays. He only started off the 3 Sundays, and he just skipped all the Sundays and started just collecting her on the Saturdays, every other Saturdays.
So doctor calls, he doesn't come. What happened after then?
Okay.
This is what day you get in
The
this guy?
same Sunday she called him.
This is 24th?
Yeah, the same Sunday.
Right,
she
he
called
said
him,
he can't come the day, he come the next day.
Yeah, the Monday.
But even the Monday he didn't come?
No, he did not show up. No.
Okay.
So anyway,
Did you call him at any time to ask him what happened?
I did not call him. No, she told us not to. So I did not call him. Me and him, we don't speak, so there is no communication between us. You understand? So I wouldn't be calling him. So yeah, so she examined the child and so on. As the welfare come, and then they questioned me and so on, and I had to come back and interview the doctor and so on, and ask her what she saw and so on. If she think that, you know, the child had maybe, you know, the child maybe fall, you know, she not person, maybe she was playing and so on, and then the doctor said no, that is not a fall. She would probably just have a little bruising there, so but she wouldn't have the flow of blood and the
Were you there
blood.
hearing the doctor
Yes,
telling the police that this is not a
Yes,
fall?
I was right there. Yes.
Did you ask the doctor anything what she think happened there?
There, she said it all. She's not gonna, like just like jump to conclusion. So our shift was like near over, but she already gave our information. So another doctor came in and she had to do like the same thing. And she was just fighting on everybody, fighting. She didn't want the doctor to touch her, nobody. So
She's
I said
in
the
pain.
same, yes. They said that the child is traumatized. Too traumatized, so she wouldn't allow them. They didn't want to touch the area or whatever. So she was just fighting. So she had to do her job. When she met child leg, the same results, and she said the same thing. They questioned her the same question they asked at first, and she said that is not, the child didn't fall or whatever. They said the child has been tampered, but they said for more information they would send us to the Guyanese on Monday.
What term did they say the child is tampered with, penetrated? What term tampered with?
They say tamper.
Tamper. They use the term tamper.
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
word. So she said she's going to send me to the Guyanese for more information. They would know. So on Monday, anyway, before that I had to go make a statement at the police station and
Yes.
so on. So Monday now, we had to come back, Guyanese. I went up there and so on. She probably fight. I should fight for her life. Anyway, so they
So while the examination is happening, your
the
daughter's
doctor-
fighting.
Yeah, she's
But
just
she's
like,
in
she
pain.
don't want, yeah, she doesn't want anyone to touch her or anything. Proper fight. So we had to just like hold her down, like strap her, pin her down. So anyway, so when the doctor sprayed leg and so on, she was like, oh Jesus Christ. She said this child has been tampered with and her virginity has been taken from her at such a young age, because she said the embryo where the virginity is, she said that is what is coming out there in child virginity. That is what is like a clot like is there. So yeah, all I could do was cry. My mom started crying. That's all I could do, cry. Because she's so small and fragile. You understand? About something like that. Up to now I still can't catch myself, you understand? So yes. So
Where is the father of this child at this time?
I would not know that. They said, the police said that he's in custody.
He's in custody.
That is what they said. I haven't got like any information.
What is his
about-
name?
His name is Kevin Sparman.
Kevin Sparman. Where does he live? What's his address?
I don't know his address, but I know he lives in the ward. That's all I know.
In the ward.
Yes. I mean, it's the ward.
Alright, I'm hoping in highlighting this, justice is served, and I'll be keeping in contact with you and follow up with this. I'll be highlighting this tomorrow. I'll be airing this. I'll have it edited, take out names and so on. But I'll be highlighting this tomorrow, and I'll follow up with you. Right?